I'm Louise Stoney. I've spent my career focused on improving the quality, supply, and affordability of early care and education in the United States. About 10 years ago, I co-founded Opportunities Exchange to focus on shared services because I was deeply concerned about the future of our field and the many small child care programs that provide such important services to children and families. When I started my career in the 80s, the biggest issues facing the field were low wages, poor quality, and limited supply. And I believed the way to address those issues was more public investment. So I worked really hard to do that, as did many of you who are listening today. Well, here we are, 35 years later, and we've actually gotten a large increase in public funding and a lot more focus on early care and education. But we're still struggling with the same issues. How could this be? I've come to the conclusion that our progress is blocked by long-held beliefs that just aren't true anymore. If we change our thinking and many of our practices, we can deliver quality early care and education at scale. Let's look at the key ingredients of success. Here's our formula. Pedagogical leadership and business leadership equal high-quality early care and education. And let's talk about that first bucket. Most people think pedagogical leadership is about teacher credentials. That's the myth. A growing body of research is underscoring that the key ingredients to successful teaching and learning is site-based, job-embedded leadership. What does that mean? It means that time is the most important factor. Time to observe and assess children, reflect on what you're seeing with peers and skilled supervisors, and make adjustments in your teaching. It's about time, not just credentials. We've got the same misconception around business leadership. Most people think that the key ingredient is business training. But we've learned that's another myth. Adding a class to a director's already busy schedule isn't likely to produce results. Here's what science tells us about training. It's called the forgetting curve. Look how quickly training content is forgotten if it's not reinforced and integrated into practice right away. We've learned that business training can be effective when delivered in real time, using real data from the child care program, and integrated with technology tools that are used daily to reduce providers' total administrative burden. So it's not just training, it's support for change. Now, let's talk about this vexing issue of teacher compensation. Many program leaders believe there's nothing they can do about wages without a lot more money. And yes, more money would make a big difference. But it's the thinking that we're powerless to change that's the trap and the missed opportunity. Here's a real-world example of transformational change. Look at what this center was able to make happen in just 1 year. In January 2018, this childcare center was spending only 48% of its personnel budget on teaching and learning in classrooms. In 1 year, they were able to shift resources and boost spending on classroom teachers to 62%. That's a very significant change in just 1 year. And what did that mean? It meant better benefits and wages for teachers. It meant 17 more hours a week for the director to work with teachers in the classroom. Remember what I said previously about the need for more time to focus on job-embedded professional development? Here it is. How did this transformation happen? This center stepped out of its comfort zone and did several important things. They started to use an automated child management system. They joined a shared service alliance, which made it possible to not only reduce administrative expenses, but increase revenues because they had access to highly skilled fiscal managers and HR support. They made teacher wages a priority and committed to shifting the benefits of shared services and automation into better compensation and working conditions for teachers. This is a stunning but not unusual one-year turnaround. How can we make this the norm and not the exception? By implementing a shared services approach throughout early care and education. Here's the biggest barrier. Most childcare programs in the United States are very small, which means a single individual is responsible for overseeing all business and pedagogical leadership. It's just not possible to succeed under those conditions. But we can change that by using a shared services framework to reinvent the business of childcare so that programs have the tools they need to succeed and feel empowered to lead us into a new world. I believe that every center director deserves an administrative team. I believe that every teacher deserves a pedagogical leader. And I believe that every child deserves a skilled teacher who loves their job. We can make this dream a reality if we have the courage to step out of our comfort zone and try new ways of doing business. I hope you agree and that you'll join our movement for change.